Hi, you guys. So today is October the 1st. We did our virtual check in. We also did our virtual expectation checklist. And we talked about the face to face October 19th and the bus commitment form. If you are going to come to school on October 19th, then please fill out this form if you need bus transportation. We also discussed what we learned yesterday for government, Mesopotamia government, and we talked about number 8 in that worksheet, which is the similarities and differences from two different societies, such as ancient Mesopotamia and today's society. I posted the answer in the September 30th folder if you need it. So we've talked about the innovations in Mesopotamia, the writing, the government, and today we will talk about social class. So let's revisit what we talked about a couple weeks ago. Social classes are ways in which people are divided based on their social, economic, or educational status. Do you remember when we talked about Mr. Nike and where he was at on the social class based on his social status, economic, and educational status? So when you're watching this video, make sure that you are writing down the different types of job that you hear. And in this video, we will learn about the multiple jobs in Mesopotamia. So make sure you watch this video. And we had a class discussion of what were some of the jobs and duties for Mesopotamia. And then did you notice that the jobs determine where you live in the city-state? So here's a city-state, and we've been talking about city-state for the last couple days. You have the king who lives here, the ziggurat, two-story houses where the priests and the wealthy lived, and you have the one-story houses where lower class lived. So I want you to take a sheet of paper out, and if you want to use some of your coloring, that's fine. And we're going to draw the social class in your notebook. First, you want to do a triangle. Then you want to do 4 lines. The top 2 tier will be your upper class. Then you have your middle class and your low class. You can pause this at any time. Once we start filling in the blank, the top tier is your king, who is chosen by the gods and believe that the gods gave them the right to rule. Then you have the priest and the scribe. The priest, his duty is to take care of the offerings to the god, and he is educated, and he's the right hand to the king. Scribe, he's educated and wrote everything down. You have the craftspeople, traders, and merchants. Specific skills, they buy and sell goods, and they were travelers. When we talked about innovation, we talked about the boat and how the boat was able to allow them to trade goods, move products from one location to another. Farmers and laborers. Farmers grew crops. Laborers are manual labor, which they were able to build bricks. They were able to use their hands to physically do things, such as digging ditches for the levees, irrigation system. Then you have slaves. They were captured during war and didn't have to be captured in the war, but also some of the civilizations were paying off their debt. And to pay off your debt, you had to do a lot of manual labor, and you can pay it off within 3 to 5 years. This right here is a graded assignment. It is called social class character. Please make sure that you note that this is a graded assignment. I need this back by Sunday. And in this assignment, you are to provide complete sentence and take time to correct your grammar and spell check. So you have a character and you want to pick a social class job for your character. You want to research and come up with your own character to answer the following questions. So your character, what type of job and duties do they have based on the social class we just talked about? Which social class does your character belong to? Is it upper class, lower class, middle class? How important was this job in Mesopotamia? How much did that civilization, that city state depended on your character? Describe your character's lifestyle, such as the house, family, and what they do in their spare time. One thing that we did learn is that they did play music. So here are some of the titles, job titles that you can pick from, okay? And here are some of their duties. And right here are some of the resources that you can use. For example, if you feel as though you want your character to be a musician, then click on musician, okay? And in this tab here, this website, you have more information so that you can give me a more detailed answer. All right? Reach out to me if you have any questions.